Your parents loved you, at least that's what they said, and you believed them because what else could you do? But there's something you've been feeling for years that you can't quite name, like you're doing life wrong somehow, like everyone else got an instruction manual you never received. You're fine on the surface. You have friends, a job, relationships, but underneath, something's broken in a way you can't explain. Maybe you wreck good things right when they start working, or you stay in situations that hurt you because leaving feels impossible, or you can't let people close because closeness feels like danger. And when you try to talk about your childhood, it sounds fine. There was no screaming, no hitting, no obvious trauma. So why do you feel this way? Because love and damage aren't opposites. Your parents could have loved you and still raised you wrong, not through cruelty, through their own limitations, through patterns they inherited and never questioned. And now those patterns live in you. Your first relationships, the ones with your parents, program how you handle every relationship after, how you deal with emotion, how you experience safety, how you love. And it doesn't take abuse to mess this up. It just takes parents who are human, overwhelmed, stressed, carrying their own unhealed wounds. Maybe your mom was physically there but emotionally gone, not because she was cruel, because she was depressed, exhausted, didn't know how to handle feelings, yours or hers. So when you cried, she got uncomfortable. When you were upset, she changed the subject. When you needed her to see your pain, she looked away, and you learned something without anyone saying it out loud. Your emotions are too much. You need to handle everything alone. Now you're the person everyone calls strong, the one who has a panic attack in the bathroom at work, but comes out smiling. You don't know how to ask for help because the first time you needed it, it made the person you loved most uncomfortable. Or maybe it was the opposite problem. Your parent was there, intensely there, but inconsistent. Warm one day, cold the next. Affectionate in the morning, distant by dinner. You never knew which version you'd get, so you learned to read the room obsessively, to perform, to shape yourself into whatever version might keep the warmth from disappearing. Love became something unpredictable, something you earn minute by minute, something you can lose without warning, and that's still happening now. You're in relationships reading your partner's mood like it's a weather forecast you need to survive, trying to be the right version of yourself, bracing for the shift, except your partner isn't your parent. They're consistent, but you can't stop waiting for the punishment that isn't coming. You think you're being careful. Really, you're still trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist anymore. The cruelest part isn't even the specific damage. It's that you can't see it clearly. When you're a kid, your parents or your entire reality, whatever they did, becomes what's normal, what's right, what love looks like. So you internalized all of it. I'm only valuable when I'm useful. My feelings are a burden. I have to be perfect to be loved. Those aren't thoughts you think. They're beliefs running in the background of everything you do. And here's the part that will mess you up if you let it. You keep ending up in the same situations. Different people, different cities, different jobs, but the same pattern, because it's not out there, it's in you. You're attracted to people who can't fully show up, because you learned that love is something you chase. So when someone's actually available, when they're consistent and present, it feels wrong, boring, doesn't activate that familiar panic you've been confusing for chemistry your entire life. Or you became the low maintenance one, the person who never asks for anything, who people call chill, but what they mean is you don't take up space. And you're proud of that until you're alone and realize you've been slowly abandoned by people who didn't even know you were hurting because you never told them, because needing something feels dangerous. And here's what nobody tells you about all this. You don't just repeat these patterns with other people. You repeat them with yourself. The way your parents treated you became the way you treat yourself. If they were critical, that voice in your head that says you're not good enough, that's them. You've become your own harshest parent. If they dismiss your pain, you do it too. Something bad happens and you immediately go, it's not that big of a deal, or other people have it worse. You minimize your own suffering before anyone else gets the chance. If they abandon you emotionally, you abandon yourself. You ignore your needs until you collapse. You don't check in with yourself. You don't ask what you actually want. because somewhere deep down, you learned that what you want doesn't matter. You inherited their relationship with you, and now it's the only relationship you know how to have with yourself. These patterns aren't random. They were survival strategies, smart adaptations to the environment you were in. The problem is the environment changed. You grew up, but the strategies didn't update. And here's what breaks my heart. Your parents probably have no idea they did this. They think they succeeded. You were fed, clothed, educated. By their metrics, they did fine. But emotional neglect doesn't leave bruises. It leaves patterns, and patterns are invisible until they're not. This isn't about blame. Your parents were doing the best they could with what they had, and their parents damaged them. Trauma compounds across generations until someone decides to break it, but understanding why doesn't make it stop. You can know exactly why you do what you do and still be trapped doing it, still repeating the same mistakes, still carrying the same pain. The way out starts with seeing it clearly, not through a child's eyes that needed your parents to be good, but through adult eyes that can hold complexity. Your parents loved you, and your parents damaged you. Both are true at the same time. You deserve better than they could give, and the fact that they couldn't give it doesn't mean you were asking too much. It means they were limited by their own wounds. The cycle breaks when someone decides to stop passing it forward, when someone chooses to feel what their parents couldn't feel, to do the work their parents couldn't do. It's not fair that it's your job. They made the wound, but only you can heal it. Your parents screwed you up, not because they were monsters, but because they were human. And hurt people, even when they're trying not to, even when they love you, and now you're the hurt person. So what are you going to do?